Hey everybody, this is the evening of day 20, and today has been a very exciting day. Um, Late last night and then early this morning, I started feeling this, I don't know, fat pocket, filled pocket, swelling, something under my arm. And I didn't think it was there before. And with today being Wednesday, and I knew I was leaving on Friday, I was like, it's probably nothing, but I just wanted to let Dr. Rinker take a look at it just to ease my mind. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if it was fluid. I didn't know what it was. So I decided to make an appointment and they took me right away. It was no issue. They let me come in. And I actually saw Daniel first, the assistant, and he thought it was fluid. And he said I could have either he would wrap me really tightly in an ace bandage and see if my body would absorb the fluid, or he could take a needle and aspirate and get some of the fluid out. And I said, well, what do you recommend? And he says, well, let's do the needle. And I said, well, let's go for it. So he left the room, and I thought he was going to get a needle and come back in, but he went out and he came back in with Dr. Rinker. And so Dr. Rinker wanted to take a look at it. And he said, yeah, it feels kind of like fluid. And I agree, let's go ahead and see if we can aspirate it. And he said, but by the way, you look great, and it's Wednesday. After we do that, do you want to go ahead and do your fill so you don't have to come back on Friday? And I was like, sure. Oh, and by the way, I drove to Mayo myself this morning. I asked Ron and Rosa, I said, look, guys, I feel good. Just let me drive. I know exactly how to get there. Heck, it's only like 2 miles down the road. But anyway, so that Daniel got the needle and he tried to aspirate that little area, but there was no fluid in there. So it wasn't fluid. Daniel doesn't know what it was. He said it's either swelling or fat. And if it is fat, hopefully it'll move around and look better later. Or if it stays there, in the end, maybe I'll get him to, I don't know. He's a plastic surgeon. He'll be able to figure it out. But anyway, so there was no fluid, and then Daniel and Dr. Rinker had already left, and Daniel left, and then it was just me and the nurse. And it's totally, when they fill these tissue expanders, it's just a nurse visit. It's just really easy. And her name was Kayla. I hadn't met Kayla before, but she was very sweet. And she ended up Dr. Rinker had told her to put 75 cc's in, and it didn't hurt, not at all. When she said there would be a little poke, I didn't even feel it. She said that later on I'll start to get more feeling in my skin there, but I didn't even feel the little poke. And it didn't hurt at all getting the tissue expanded with the 75 cc's. Now, my next fill, she said they'll probably do 100, and sometimes they do 120. And she said that it does hurt then, and you can just take some ibuprofen to help, because it just feels like you've done a lot of push-ups, and your pectoral muscles will hurt, or just my one pectoral muscle will hurt anyway. So there was no issue. We did that fill, and I left, and I drove myself to Juice Clinic Jack's, and we got juice, and I came home. And so I was able to tell everybody that we could leave early. So we decided that this was our last day in Jacksonville. We went out to eat, and we went for a walk on the beach and just said our goodbyes to Jacksonville. Oh, one more thing. We went to Riverwalk today. This afternoon, we went downtown Jacksonville and looked at Riverwalk. It was pretty and I had a good time, but downtown, at least the Riverwalk area in Jacksonville, is dead, really. We talked to a businessman that was there, and he said that the Jacksonville Landing, that whole area was going to be torn down, and I guess they're going to try to revitalize the downtown area. And they need to, because it was not a happening tourist place down there at all today, but it was pretty. So we did Riverwalk. We went out to eat, and we went for a walk on the beach tonight at dusk. It was really peaceful. So we are ready to leave in the morning, and I don't have to come back until next Friday. So it's got like a week and 2 days before I have to come back. And one last thing, Dr. Ivani did call me, and she did give me my Oncotype score, and it was 16. So normally I would be really excited with the 16 because that's low, that's less than 25. And when you do a search on the internet, lower than 25, they normally say if it's lower than 25, you don't have to have chemo. So 16 is good, but Dr. Ivani wants it to be lower than 12 because of that one lymph node that was positive and encapsulated. So she's going to talk to me more next Friday when I come back and give me more of my percentages and everything. But another thing that I'm doing is I'm going to get an oncologist in North Carolina. And in fact, I already have an appointment for Tuesday. I'm going to be seeing someone in Cary in the UNC system. And they have all my records from Jacksonville already, from Mayo. So Tuesday I'll get to hear a North Carolina oncologist, her take on what a 16 Oncotype score means, and my whole pathology of 2 centimeters with 1 lymph node positive. I'll get to know what she says, and then I will come back down here and let Dr. Ivani give me all of her percentages and what she recommends and stuff. And I'm also going to have a PET scan on that next Friday when I come back to Mayo. Dr. Ivani has already ordered that PET scan. So that is wrapping it up for my updates here in Mayo. I think I'm going to stop giving daily updates. I probably won't give an update unless something really exciting happens. But, and the only other thing is I am wearing those running bras now. I'm not wearing the really soft ones that I liked. Daniel and Dr. Rinker, they want me to wear a really good support bra. And by the way, that little fat area just today, since I've been wearing this running bra all day long, it's kind of squished back in. So maybe it'll just get reabsorbed some way. So I hope I haven't rambled too much, but I guess if I had to wrap this up in a nutshell is I'm glad to be going home, and I'm okay with the 16. It would have been super to have even lower, but I don't think I'm going to have to go do chemo. But I'll give everyone an update soon. Thanks for following along. Talk to y'all soon.